has been a partner to Africa International Housing Show. And I'm here to tell us that NIA will always be with you, and we believe in all that you do. And we thank you for all the giant strides you've made in the built environment. Being a lawyer and attending all of this in the construction industry is not a mean feat, and we are proud to associate with you. So once again, NIA appreciates you and says welcome to all participants from all over Africa. Thank you and God bless.
Please put your hands together for her.
To give us the second goodwill message this morning is the president of the National Institute of Town Planners, Town Planner Tony Aide.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when Mr. Hakim was here to represent the chairman, he asked the question, where would you rather be on the official house? And I had my brother, President, and I sent his third vice president. Yeah. Because and the truth is that the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners calendar of events doesn't happen until we have asked so that the Abuja International Housing Show as a team has been very supportive of planning. And the truth is, because I wonder how Nigeria just talks about housing, and doesn't talk of planning. So AIHS has been very supportive of planning, which is the base, the bedrock for the provision of housing. I would like to say that when this is till we are able to have housing in Nigeria. I wish us all this year. Thank you.
Quickly on the program, I want to assure that ready to speak to us. Will also distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The message. I've been told that we have a guest of honor who will also speak. It's important that we to hear from the chairman. So let's welcome our special guest of honor for today, distinguished
try to look into and I'm trying to address the issue of housing, especially housing. Environmental across the country is affecting the housing sector. And of course, you know, it has all come very, very. And the housing sector is a victim. I hope that through this conference, we will find a solution to this major challenging issue facing the housing. As a lawmaker and member as chairman of the Committee on Housing and the legislature, we are supposed we shall continue to do our duty in trying to oversight making laws, but making sure that these laws are enforced. And from our own little observation so far, the rivalry between the members, the critical sector, housing sector should be addressed so that each professional should know because there appear to be a lot of interference among critical stakeholders in housing delivery. I hope that this conference should also be able to address that issue. You know, oversight over the years. We want to, at this time, appreciate and congratulate Redan in Nigeria, because from oversight, we'll be able to see that the private sector has done more than government in terms of housing delivery. And the truth must be said, the quality of job and the cost at which they are delivered. Because we can't be talking about delivery, providing that they cannot be able to afford. We're talking about affordability of these houses. And if you build a house that is not affordable, then the house is not meant for the masses. So I wish to appreciate Reda in particular for the oversight we have undertaken so far. Members of this committee got them very high. I want to ask government and these agencies in the housing sector to please try to improve on their performances. Thank you very much.
Give him another round of applause. You're welcome. Please put your hand. Bank do you want? He said, I need a bank that will give me a loan and leave me alone. I told him, I said, there's no such bank. Let's go now to the man from the FCT, the acting chairman, Senate Committee on Federal Capital. Let's welcome, for his own goodwill message, distinguished Senator Tolulokpe Odevi. Welcome. Please put your hands together for him.
Thank you very much. selfish and recognizing my colleague, Senator Sam Group, who is successful in so many. I say very good morning to each and every one of you. When I was first rising to this occasion, I wasn't too sure it was going to be able to do it because the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be doing an oversight tour with my committee on FCT and all the projects that have been back and forth with housing in order for us to be able to ascertain and assess what has been appropriated to them with the budgets that are going to be presented to us. But I'm happy I came here, looking around, so much at home. I can see so many faces, friends. By the way, this is my industry background. I'm head of social company, the director of Fund Generating Brand. So this is an industry that I'm quite passionate about and I'm quite familiar with. Only recently, I just sponsored a bill to create the Chartered Institute of Mortgage Bankers and Brokers in Nigeria. And I'm happy that that has just passed the thing. For me, I'm happy that you're having this event in Abuja, and I'm sure the minister himself, who probably waited for me, would have been very delighted to have you here in Abuja. I think I was sharing with a friend of mine just now that some of the concerns that I've had, especially, is the impact of the inflationary environment that we have now on the housing sector. Because I know that is going to impact negatively on mortgages. And I read the statistics over the weekend that disturbed me a bit, which says that less than 10% of workers, both public and private, and more than 60,000 naira a month. I repeat, that less than 10% of workers, both private and public, and more than 60,000 naira a month. So that's a very disturbing statistics. And I think for us as legislators, I think that's the onus is on us to create more enabling environment, increase the wages of workers, to give them the opportunity and the ability to be first-time home buyers, and order to be able to also earn a decent living. And these are the kind of things that we want to ensure that the macroeconomic environment is there to be able for them to be able to afford housing. But having said that, it's also important that the housing sector itself also look at uh, all the variables that surround housing and how to make it more affordable and also more effective. Uh, and that is by standardizing design, standardizing components, and mass producing things so that it's at the end of the day the cost is being reflected in the cost of the housing. But overall, I'm happy that this event is ongoing. I will definitely continue to engage with all the various stakeholders in this event, and hopefully see that you're still on to the 28th. So maybe after today, I might pop in again and participate in one or two of your other events. I really welcome you and hope you have a good celebration. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we want to specially appreciate the presence of the great then President, Alhaji Aliyu Wamako. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you very much. And speaking next, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the former Minister of Solid Minerals, Mines and Steel Development, who's our guest of honor for today, Architect Musa Sada. Please put your hands together for him.
Thank you very much. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please permit me to adopt the well-established protocol and recognitions earlier set out by the MC. I want to start by queuing behind the statements of distinguished senators that just left us, the Senate Committee Chairman on Housing and that of University. They made very remarks and stated points that are worthy of notes, in line with the theme of this conference. It is very important to also appreciate the effort and, if I may say, the tenacity of Barrister Festus and his team in looking at housing issues and problems in this country, if I may say differently. Housing is more than mere dwelling units in the country. When you look at other elements of it, it's much more than just a simple dwelling unit. It provides for livable communities, for secure environments, which goes further to say that housing in itself can be a solution to so many of the problems we are currently facing, including security. If we pay good attention to our housing problems, it provides solution for many other things. It's a very important requirement in a human life that housing for all have long since been recognized as fundamental human rights, being currently very well established in other countries, including the well-developed economies of the world. This had been. So for this conference to have that theme, I believe it is very timely, well thought of, and I think it provides a very good platform for stakeholders to deliberate on the issue and be able to offer solutions. Solution to housing is dynamic. It is never a one-shot thing. It's continue dialogue with stakeholders, you continue to discuss. And there goes also the angle of the role of government. I think it is very important for us to look at Nigeria and most developing economies over time that have been working towards either the leader of these houses to regulator and somehow destroy it. That's I agree with the senators when he said that the private sector now provides more houses than the government itself. It's very true. And some play situations tend to happen with government. The regulatory role, government is playing, and the private sector is playing tend to get at cross purposes with each other. Conference bring to fore the objectives of the are talking of government being the private sector being the government regulating the private sector. Now, for us to be able to come up with some very good conclusions that we can adopt, that we can work with towards, like I said, I don't want to say solve. In housing, you always add to solutions. You hardly can solve the problem. You just keep adding to and then moving forward. We have to now look at what is the objective of government, housing delivery, housing and what is the objective of the private sector. Very important because it brings the two together to be able to put these objectives side by side with each other and be able to now look how do we work with each other. Not the private sector has its own objective in the sector. The government has its own objective. So how do we now bring this and now start putting solutions such that each of the two arms of the divide can now work together harmoniously? I think this sort of conferences and platforms what provide for that kind of discussion. Festus and his team to keep faith with this in year in year out and moving forward with this. I think it's very good. I have seen how development these conferences are built on and are bringing solutions, bringing awareness. Awareness is one very important thing that we need in the sector if we to move forward. So I think it is very important that while we discuss for us to have housing for all, it's all that the government plays